ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान् पदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान् पितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशसारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृण्वतां स्वपथान् कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तः हृदयन्तस्थो हि भद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत् सतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवत्युत्तमे श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Naranayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, today we start a new chapter, chapter 10, Division of Creation. Who will read?
I can read, Prabhu.
Anybody else, Prabhu?
Chapter 10, Divisions of the Creation. Text 1. विदुरुवाच अन्तर्हिते भगवती ब्रह्म लोकपितामहः प्रजाः सह ससर्ज कथिता दैहिकीर्मानसीर्विभुः synonyms. Sri Vidura Uvacha. Sri Vidura said, Antarhite, after the disappearance Bhagavati of the personality of Godhead, Brahma, the first created living being, Lokapita Mahaha, the grandfather of all planetary inhabitants, Prajah, generations, Sasarja, created, Katidhaha, how many, Daihikihi, Daihikihi, from his body, Manasihi, from his mind, Vibhuhu, the great. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Sri Vidura said, O great sage, please let me know how Brahma, the grandfather of the planetary inhabitants, created the bodies of the living entities from his own body and mind, after the disappearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text 2. Echame Bhagavan Prushtastvayartha Bahu Vittam Tan Vadastvanu Purvena Chindhi Nah Sarva Samsayan. Synonyms. Ye, all those. Cha, also. Me, by me. Bhagavan, O powerful one. Prishtaha, inquired. Twayi, unto you. Arthaha, purpose. Bhanuvittam, O greatly learned one. Tan, all of them. Vadaswa, kindly describe. Anupurvena, from beginning to end. Chindhi, kindly eradicate. Naha, my. Sarva, all. Samsayan, doubts. Translation. O greatly learned one, kindly eradicate all my doubts and let me know of all that I have inquired from you from the beginning to the end. Purport. Vidura asked all relevant questions of Maitreya because he knew well that Maitreya was the right person to reply to all the points of his inquiries. One must be confident about the qualifications of his teacher. One should not approach a layman for replies to specific spiritual inquiries. Such inquiries, when replied to with imaginative answers by the teacher, are a program for wasting time. Text 3. Suta Vacha Evam Sanchodhistasthena Kshatra कौशारवीर मुनिः प्रीतः प्रत्याह तान् प्रश्नान् हृदि स्थान् अथ Bhargava. Synonyms. Sri Suta Vacha. Sri Suta Goswami said, Evam, thus, Sanchoditaha, being enlivened, Tena, by him, Kshatra, by Vidra, Kausharavihi, the son of Kaushara, Munihi, great sage, Pretaha, being pleased, Pratyaha, replied, Tan, those, Prashnan, questions, Hridisthan, from the core of his heart. There is one more line left, Prabhu. Atha, thus, Bhargava, the son of Bhrigu. Translation. Suta Goswami said, O son of Bhrigu, the great sage Maitreya Muni, thus hearing from Vidura, felt very much enlivened. Everything was in his heart, and thus he began to reply to the questions one after another. Purport. The phrase Sota Vacha, Sota Goswami said, appears to indicate a break in the discourse between Maharaj Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami. While Sukadeva Goswami was speaking to Maharaj Parikshit, Sota Goswami was only one member of a large audience. But Sota Goswami was speaking to the sages of Naimisharanya, headed by the sage Saunaka, a descendant of Sukadeva Goswami. This does not, however, make any substantial difference in the topics under discussion. Text 4. Maitreya Uvacha Virichno Viricho Virichnopi Tatha Chakre Divyam Varsha Shatam Tapaha Atmani Atmanam Aveshya Yataha Bhargavan Ajaha. Synonyms. Maitreya Vacha, the great sage Maitreya said, Viriche Virichnaha. Can you go to the Sanskrit verb a little up? Virichno, okay. Virichnaha, Brahma, Api, also, Tatha, in that manner, Chakre performed with Divyam, celestial, Varsha Salam, 100 years, Tapaha, finances, Atmani, unto the Lord, Atmanam, his own self, Aveshya, engaging, Yatha Aha, as it was spoken, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Ajaha, the unborn. Translation. The greatly learned sage Maitreya said, O Vidura, Brahma thus engaged himself in penances for 100 celestial years as advised by the personality of Godhead and applied himself in devotional service to the Lord. Report that Brahma engaged himself for the personality of Godhead Narayana means that he engaged himself in the service of the Lord. That is the highest penance which one can perform for any number of years. There is no retirement from such service which is eternal and ever encouraging. Text 5. Tad vilokyabja sambhuto vayuna yad adhishtitah padmam ambhascha tat kala krita viryena kampitam. Synonyms. Tat vilokya, looking into that. Abja sambhutaha, whose source of birth was a lotus. Ayuna, by the Vayuna, by the air. Yat, that. Adhishtitaha, one which he on which he was situated. Padmam, lotus. Ambaha, water. It should have been Ambas. Ambaha. Ambas is the right word. Okay, ambas, water. Cha, also. Tat kala krita, which was effected by eternal time. Viryena, by its inherent force. Kampitam, trembling. Translation. Thereafter, Brahma saw that both the lotus on which he was situated and the water on which the lotus was growing were trembling due to a strong, violent wind. Purport. The material world is called illusory because it is a place of forgetfulness of the transcendental service of the Lord. Thus, one engaged in the Lord's devotional service in the material world may sometimes be very much disturbed by awkward circumstances. There is a declaration of war between the two parties, the illusionary energy and the devotee, and sometimes the weak devotees fall victim to the onslaught of the powerful illusory energy. Lord Brahma, however, was sufficiently strong by the causeless mercy of the Lord, and he could not be victimized by the material energy, although it gave him cause for anxiety when it managed to totter the existence of his position. Text 6. Tapasya yadhamanena vidyaya chatma samsthaya vivriddha vijnana balo न्यपाद वायुम sahambhasa. Synonyms. Tapasa, by penance, he certainly. Hello, Prabhu. A bit, yeah. He certainly, yadhamanena, increasing, vidyaya, by transcendental knowledge, cha, also, atma, self, samsthaya, situated in the self, vivriddha, matured, vijnana, practical knowledge, balaha, power, nyapat, drank, vayum, the wind, saha, ambasa, along with the water. Translation. Long penance and transcendental knowledge of self-realization matured Brahma in practical knowledge, and thus he drank the wind completely along with the water. Purport. Lord Brahma's struggle for existence is a personal example of the continued fight between the living entities in the material world and the illusory energy called Maya. Beginning from Brahma down to This age, the living entities are struggling with the forces of material nature. By advanced knowledge in science and transcendental realization, one can try to control the material energy which works against our endeavors. And in the modern age, advanced material scientific knowledge and finance have played very wonderful roles in controlling the powers of the material energy. Such control of the material energy, however, can be most successfully carried out if one is a soul surrendered unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead and carries out his order in the spirit of living, in the spirit of loving transcendental service. Text 7. Tad vilokya vyapi पुष्करं यद् अधिष्ठितम् अनेन लोकान् प्राग्लीनान् कल्पितास्मीति अचिन्तयत् synonyms tat vilokya. Looking into that vyadvyapi, extremely widespread, pushkaram, the lotus, yat, that which adhishtitam, he was situated, anena, by this lokan, all the planets, pranchilinan, previously merged in dissolution, kalpitasmi, I shall create, iti, thus, achintayat, thought like that. Translation. Thereafter, he saw that the lotus on which he was situated was spread throughout the universe, and he contemplated how to create all the planets which were previously merged in that very same lotus feet, lotus purport. The seeds of all the planets in the universe were impregnated in the lotus on which Brahma was situated. All the planets were already generated by the Lord, and all the living entities were also born in Brahma. The material world and the living entities were all already generated in seedling forms by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Brahma was to disseminate the same seedlings all over the universe. The real creation is therefore called Sarga, and later on the manifestation by Brahma is called Visarga. Text 8. Padmakosham tadavishya भगवत् कर्मचोजितः एकं व्यभाङ्किषीद् उरुद्धा त्रिधा भाव्यं द्विसप्तधा. Synonyms. Padmakosham, the whirl of the lotus, tada, then Avishya, entering into Bhagavad by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, karma in activities, Chojitaha, being encouraged by Ekam, one, Vibhankshiti, Vibhankshit, Vibhankshit, divided into Urudha, great division, Tridha, three divisions, Bhavyam, capable of further creation, Dvisaptadha, 14 divisions. Translation. Thus engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Brahma entered into the world of the lotus, and as it spread all over the universe, he divided it into three divisions of worlds and later into 14 divisions. Text 9. एतावान् जीवलोकस्य संस्था भेदः समाहृतः धर्मस्य हि अनिमित्तस्य विपाकः परमेष्ठ्य असौ. Synonyms. एतावान्, up to this, Jiva Lokasya, of the planets inhabited by the living entities, Samstha Vedaha, Samstha Vedaha, different situations of habitation, Samahkritaha, performed completely, Dharmasya, of religion, he, certainly, Animittasya, of causelessness, Vipakaha, mature stage, Parameshtihi, the highest personality in the universe, Asau, that. Translation. Lord Brahma is the most exalted personality in the universe because of his causeless devotional service unto the Lord in mature transcendental knowledge. He therefore created all the 14 planetary divisions for inhabitation by the different types of living entities. Purport: the Supreme Lord is the reservoir of all the qualities of the living entities. The conditioned souls in the material world reflect only part of those qualities, and therefore they are sometimes called pratibhimbas. These Pratibimba living entities, as parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, have inherited different proportions of his original qualities, and in terms of their inheritance of these qualities, they appear as different species of life and are accommodated in different planets according to the plan of Brahma. Brahma is the creator of the three worlds, namely the lower planets called the Patala Lokas, the middle planets called the Bhurva Lokas, Bhurlokas, and the upper planets called the Swarlokas. Still higher planets such as Maharloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, and Brahmaloka do not dissolve in the devastating water because of the causeless devotional service rendered unto the Lord by their inhabitants, whose existence continues up to the end of Dviparardha time, when they are generally liberated from the chain of birth and death in the material world. Text 10. Vidravvacha yatha tatha bahu rupasya harer adbhuta karmanah कालाख्यम लक्षणम ब्रह्मन् यथा वर्णय नः प्रभो. Synonyms: Vidraha Uvacha, Vidra said, Yatha, as Atha, you have said, Bahu Rupasya, having varieties of forms, Hare of the Lord, Adbhuta, wonderful, Karmanaha, of the actor, Kala, time, Akhyam, of the name, Lakshanam, symptoms, Brahman, of learned Brahmana, Yatha, as it is, Varnaya, please describe Naha unto us, Prabhu, O Lord. Translation: Vidura inquired from Maitreya, O my Lord, O greatly learned sage, kindly describe eternal time, which is another form of the Supreme Lord, the wonderful actor. What are the symptoms of that eternal time? Please describe them to us in detail. Purport: the complete universe is a manifestation of varieties of entities beginning from the atoms up to the gigantic universe itself, and all is under the control of the Supreme Lord in his form of Kala or eternal time. The controlling time has different dimensions in relation to particular physical embodiments. There is a time for atomic dissolution and a time for the universal dissolution. There is a time for the annihilation of the body of the human being, and there is a time for the annihilation of the universal body. Also, growth, development, and resultant actions all depend on the time factor. Vidura wanted to know in detail the different physical manifestations and their times of annihilation. Text 11. Maitrevacha guna vitikara karo nirvishesho अप्रतिष्ठितः पुरुषः तद् उपादानाम् आत्मानं लीलया सृजत्. Synonyms: Maitreya Vacha, Maitreya said, Guna Vyatikara, of the interactions of the modes of material nature. Akaraha, source. Nirvisheshaha, without diversity. Apratishthitaha, unlimited. Purushaha, of the Supreme Person. Tat, that. Upadanam, instrument. Atmanam, the material creation. Lelaya, by pastimes. Asrijat, created. Translation: Maitreya said, eternal time is the primeval source of the interactions of the three modes of material nature. It is unchangeable and limitless, and it works it works as the instrument of the Supreme Personality of Godhead for his pastimes in the material creation. Purport: the impersonal time factor is the background of the material manifestation as the instrument of the Supreme Lord. It is the ingredient of existence offered to material nature. No one knows where time began and when it ends, and it is time only which can keep a record of the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material manifestation. This time factor is the material cause of creation and is therefore a self expansion of the personality of Godhead. Time is considered the impersonal feature of the Lord. The time factor is also explained by modern men in various ways. Some accept it almost as it is explained in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. For example, in Hebrew literature, it is time is accepted in the same spirit as a representation of God. It is stated therein, God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. I did not anything about that line. Okay, metaphysically, time is distinguished as absolute and real. Absolute time is continuous and is unaffected by the speed or slowness of material things. Time is astronomically and mathematically calculated in relation to the speed, change, and the life of a particular object. Factually, however, time has nothing to do with the relativities of things, but rather everything is shaped and calculated in terms of the facility offered by time. Time is the basic measurement of the activity of our senses by which we calculate past, present, and future. But in factual calculation, time has no beginning and no end. Pandit Chanakya says that even a slight fraction of time cannot be purchased with millions of dollars, and therefore, even a moment of time lost without profit must be calculated as the greatest loss in life. Time is not subject to any form of psychology, nor are the moments objective realities in themselves, but they are dependent on particular experiences. Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami concludes that the time factor is intermixed with the activities, actions, and reactions of the external energy of the Lord. The external energy or material nature works under the superintendence of the time factor as the Lord Himself, and that is why material nature appears to have produced so many wonderful things in the cosmic manifestation. Bhagavad Gita confirms this conclusion as follows: 9 Bhagavad Gita 9:10. Maya dakshena prakritihi suyate sa characharam hetunanena kaunteya jagat vipari vartate. Next 12. विश्वं वै ब्रह्मतः मात्रं संस्थितं विष्णुमायया ईश्वरेण परिच्छिन्नं कालेनाव्यक्तमूर्तिना. Synonyms: Vishwam, the material phenomena. Why? Certainly. Brahma, the supreme. Tat matram, the same as. Samsitam, situated. Vishnu Mayaya, by the energy of Vishnu. Ishvarena, by the personality of Godhead. Parichinnanam, separated. Kalena, by the eternal time. Avyakta, unmanifested. Murtina, by such a feature. Translation: this cosmic manifestation is separated from the Supreme Lord as material energy by means of Kala, which is the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Lord. It is situated as the objective manifestation of the Lord under the influence of the same material energy of Vishnu. Purport: as stated previously by Narada before Vyasadeva, Bhagavatam 1.5.20, idam hi Vishwam Bhagavan Ive, Ivetaraha. This unmanifested world is the self same personality of Godhead, but it appears to be something else beyond or besides the Lord. It appears so because of its being separated from the Lord by means of Kala. It is something like the tape recorded voice of a person who is now separated from the voice. As the tape recording is situated on the tape, so the whole cosmic manifestation is situated on the material energy and appears separate by means of Kala. The material manifestation is therefore the objective manifestation of the Supreme Lord and exhibits his his impersonal feature so much adored by impersonalist philosophers. Text 13. Yedanim तथाग्रे च पशा पश्चाद् अपि एतद् ईदृशम् synonyms etha yatha as it is idanim at present tatha so it was agre in the beginning cha and pash paschat at the end api also eta idrisham it continues to be the same. Translation: this cosmic manifestation is as it is now. It was the same in the past and it will continue in the same way in the future. Purport: there is a systematic schedule for the perpetual manifestation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material world. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 9.8, Bhutagramam imam kritsnam avasham prakriter vasat. As it is created now, as it will be destroyed later on, so also it existed in the past and again will be created, manifested, and destroyed in due course of time. Therefore, the systematic activities of the time factor are perpetual and eternal and cannot be stated to be false. The manifestation is temporary and occasional, but it is not false as claimed by the Mayavadi philosophers. Text 14. Sargo navavidahastasya prakrito vaikritas yaha kala dravya gunair asya trividaha pratisankramaha. Synonyms: sargaha creation, navavidaha of 9 different kinds, tasya its, prakritaha material, vaikritaha by the modes of material nature, tu but, yaha that which, kala eternal time, dravya matter, gunai qualities, asya its, trividaha three kinds, pratishankramaha annihilation. Translation: there are 9 different kinds of creations besides the one which naturally occurs due to the interactions of the modes. There are 3 kinds of annihilations due to eternal time, the material elements and the quality of one's work. Purport: the scheduled creations and annihilations take place in terms of the supreme will. There are other creations due to the interactions of material elements which take place by the intelligence of Brahma. Later, these will be more explicitly explained. At present, only preliminary information is given. The 3 kinds of annihilations are due to the scheduled time of annihilation of the entire universe, due to a fire which emanates from the mouth of Ananta, and due to one's qualitative actions and reactions.
So these are the 3
annihilations.
Yes, Prabhu. What was the verse number?
14.
3, 10, 14.
3, 10, 14.
Prabhu.
I'm not able to understand the third one. Okay, the first 2 types of annihilations are clear, but what is the third one? Due to one's qualitative actions and reactions. What does it mean?
Is it death? Like individual when he dies and when he takes birth again, that's kind of annihilation.
Okay, okay. That's a normal birth, death. Okay,
Yes, bro.
okay. Text 15. आद्यस्तु महता सर्गो गुण वैषम्यम् आत्मनः द्वितीयस् त्वहमो यत्र द्रव्य ज्ञान क्रियोदयः synonyms adyah the first two but mahatah of the total emanation from the Lord sargah creation guna vaishamyam interaction of the material modes atmanah of the supreme dvitiyah the second two but ahamah false ego yatra wherein dravya material ingredients jnana material knowledge kriya udayah awakening of activities work translation of the nine creations the first one is the creation of the mahat tattva or the sum total of the material ingredients wherein the modes interact due to the presence of the Supreme Lord. In the second, the false ego is generated in which the material ingredients, material knowledge, and material activities arise. Purport: the first emanation from the Supreme Lord for material creation is called the Mahat Tattva. The interaction of the material modes is the cause of false identification or the sense that a living being is made of material elements. This false ego is the cause of identifying the body and mind with the soul proper. Material resources and the capacity and knowledge to work are all generated in the second term of creation after the Mahat Tattva. Jnana indicates the senses, which are sources of knowledge and their controlling deities. Work entails the working organs and their controlling deities. All these are generated in the second creation. Text 16. भूतसर्गस् तृतीयस्तु तन्मात्रो द्रव्य शक्तिमान् चतुरता ऐन्द्रियः सर्गो यस्तु ज्ञान क्रियात्मकः synonyms भूतसर्गः creation of matter तृतीयः is the third two but tat मात्रः तन्मात्रः तन्मात्रः sense perception द्रव्य of the elements शक्तिमान generator चतुर्थः the fourth Indriyaha in the matter of the senses, Sargaha creation, Yaha that which too, but Jnana knowledge acquiring, Kriya working, Atmakaha basically. Translation: the sense perceptions are created in the third creation, and from these the elements are generated. The fourth creation is the creation of knowledge and of working capacity. Text 17. Vaikariko Devasargaha Panchamo यन्मयं मनः षष्ठस्तु तमसः सर्गो यस्य त्वबुद्धि कृतः प्रभोः synonyms vaikarikaha interaction of the modes of goodness deva the demigods controlling deities sargaha creation panchamaha fifth yaha that which mayam some total manaha mind shashtaha sixth two but tamasaha of darkness sargaha creation yaha that which two expletive abuddhikriyatah made to be foolish prabhoh of the master. Translation: the fifth creation is that of the controlling deities by the interaction of the modes of goodness of which the mind is the sum total. The sixth creation is the ignorant darkness of the living entity by which the master acts as a fool. Purport: the demigods in the higher planets are called devas because they are all devotees of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu Bhakta Bhavet Devah Asuras Tad Viparyayah. All the devotees of Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, are Devas or demigods, whereas all others are Asuras. That is the division of the Devas and the Asuras. Devas are situated in the mode of goodness and of material nature, whereas the Asuras are situated in the modes of passion or ignorance. The demigods or controlling deities are entrusted with departmental management of all the different functions of the material world. For example, one of our sense organs, the eye, is controlled by light. Light is distributed by the sun rays, and their controlling deity is the sun. Similarly, mind is controlled by the moon. All other senses, both for working or for acquiring knowledge, are controlled by the different demigods. The demigods are assistants of the Lord in the management of material affairs. After the creation of the demigods, all entities are covered by the darkness of ignorance. Each and every living being in the material world is controlled by his mentality of lording over the resources of material nature. Although a living entity is the master of the material nature, he is controlled by ignorance, by the false impression of being the proprietor of material things. The energy of the Lord, called avidya, is the bewildering factor of the conditioned souls. The material nature is called avidya or ignorance. But to the devotees of the Lord engaged in pure devotional service, this energy becomes vidya or pure knowledge. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. The energy of the Lord transforms from Mahamaya to Yogamaya and appears to pure devotees in her real feature. The, the material nature therefore appears to function in three phases: as the creative principle of the material world, as ignorance, and as knowledge. As disclosed in the previous verse, in the third creation, the power of knowledge is also created. The conditioned souls are not originally fools, but by the influence of the avidya function of material nature, they are made fools, and thus they are unable to utilize knowledge in the proper channel. By the influence of darkness, the conditioned soul forgets his relationship with the Supreme Lord. Come down, bro. With the Supreme Lord, and is overwhelmed by attachment, hatred, pride, ignorance, and false identification, the five kinds of illusion that cause material bondage. Text is 18. Study me prakritaः sarga vaikritan api me shrunu rajo bhajo रजोबाजो भगवतो लीलेयं हरि मेधसः synonyms षट् 6 इमे all these prakritah of the material energy sargah creations vaik vaikritan secondary creations by Brahma api also may from me shrunu just hear rajah bhajah of the incarnation of the mode of passion Brahma Bhagavatah. Why is Brahma's name given in the parenthesis there? Rajah Bhajaha of the incarnation of the mode of passion. Okay. Brahma is the incarnation of the mode of passion. Fine. Bhagavataha of the greatly powerful Leela pastime. Yam this Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Medasaha of one who has such a brain. Translation. All the above are natural creations by the external energy of the Lord. Now hear from me about the creations of Brahma, who is an incarnation of the mode of passion and who, in the matter of creation, has a brain like the personality of Godhead. Text 19. Saptamo Mukhya Sargastu Shadvidasya Tastusham Cha Yaham Vanaspati Yoshadhi Lata त्वक्षारा विरुद्धो धूमाः द्रुमाः synonyms saptamah the seventh mukhya principle sargah creation tu exam, exam, ex, expletive. Shat vidaha, six kinds of tastu, tastusham, of those who do not move. Cha, also yaha, those vanaspati, fruit trees without flowers. Oshadhi, trees and plants existing until the fruit is ripe. Lata, creepers. Twaksha, Twaksharaha, pine planets, pine plants. Viruddha, creepers without support. Drumaha, trees with flowers and fruits. Translation: the seventh creation is that of the immovable entities, which are of all six kinds: the fruit trees without flowers, trees and plants with which exist until the fruit is ripe, creepers, pine plants, creepers which have no support, and trees with flowers and fruits. Hmm. Text 20. Utsrotatasya tamah par praya antah sparsha visheshinaha. Synonyms: utsrota saha, they seek their subsistence upwards. Tamah prayaha, almost unconscious. Antah spar sparshaha, slightly feeling within. Visheshinaha, with varieties of manifestation. Translation: all the immovable trees and planets seek their subsistence upwards. They are almost unconscious but have feelings of pain within. They are manifested in variegatedness. Text 21. Tirashcham ashtamanah sargah so shoštavimshad vidho mataha avido bhuri tamaso घृणा घरा घ्राणा ज्ञा कृदि अविधीनः. Synonyms: Tirashcham, species of lower animals. Ashtamaha, the eighth. Sargaha, creation. Saha, they are. Ashtavimshataha, Ashtavimshat, 28. Vidaha, varieties. Mataha, considered. Avidaha, without knowledge of tomorrow. Bhuri, extensively. Tamasaha, ignorant. Grana, Nyaha, can know desirables by smell. Hridi, Avidinaha, can remember very little in the heart. Translation: the eighth creation is that of the lower species of life, and they are of different varieties, numbering 28. They are all extensively foolish and ignorant. They know their desirables by smell, but are unable to remember anything within the heart. Purport: in the Vedas, the symptoms of the lower animals are described as follows: Athetharesham Pashunam Ashana Pashe Evabhi Vijnanam Na Vijnatam Vadanti Na Vijanatam Pashyanti Na Vibhuhu Swastanam Na लोकाविति यद्वा भूरि तमसो बहुरुषः घ्राणेन वै नैव घ्राणेनैव जानाति हृदयं प्रति स्वप्रियं वस् वस् वस्त्रेण विन्दन्ति भोजन शयानाति अर्थं गृह्णति Grananti. Lower animals have knowledge only of their hunger and thirst. They have no acquired knowledge, no vision. Their behavior exhibits no dependence on formalities, extensively ignorant. They can know their desirables only by smell, and by such intelligence only can they understand what is favorable and unfavorable. Their knowledge is concerned only with eating and sleeping. Therefore, even the most ferocious lower animals, such as tigers, can be tamed simply by regularly supplying meals and accommodations for sleeping. Only snakes cannot be tamed by such an arrangement. Text 22. गौरजो मनुष्यः कृष्णः शोकरा शोकरो गवयो रुरुः द्विषप्ताः पशवश्चेमे अविरुष्ट्रश्च सप्त सप्तमा. Synonyms: Gauh, the cow; Ajaha, the goat; Mahishaha, the buffalo; Krishnaha, a kind of stag; Sokraha, the hog; Gavayaha, a species of animal; Ruruhu, deer; Dishaptaha, having two hoofs; Pashavaha, animals; Cha, also ime, all these; Avihi, lamb; Ushtaraha, camel; Ushtraha, camel; Cha, and Sattam, O purest. Translation: O purest Vidra, of the lower animals, the cow, goat, buffalo, Krishna stag, hog, Gavaya animal, deer, lamb, and camel all have two hoofs. I don't think Gavaya is an English word, bro. Just look at the dictionary.
Yes, Prabhu, but it is.
It is a kind of a Sanskrit word. It's not. You can check it out in the Sanskrit verse as well. Go up. Yeah, Gavayaha, a species of animal.
Ah, yes, Prabhu. So is it not here?
The reason is there is no relevant equivalent word in English. That's why it may have been mentioned as Gavaya directly.
But where's this animal? Is it here?
Hmm.
Oh, as this Prabhu says, it is an ox.
Maybe, yeah. See, it is similar to the word go, like cow.
Mm. Yes, Prabhu.
In fact, yeah, cow is a female animal. Maybe ox could be the male one.
So does how many hooves does horse have four hooves?
Hmm. Cow has four hoofs as well.
No, here's two.
Where is it mentioned?
Here's is the cow.
Yes.
Two hooves.
Camel. Okay, all have two hoofs. O purest Vidra, of the lower animals, the cow, goat, buffalo, Krishna stag, hog, Gavaya animal, deer, lamb, and camel all have two hoofs. How can it be possible, Prabhu? All these animals have four legs.
No, but their hooves are different. I think leg and hoof is not the same.
Right, but hoof is attached to the leg. Hoof is something that is at the bottom most of the leg, bottommost
Yes.
part of the leg. In fact,
Yeah,
the
that I
hoof
was
is.
asking is the
Hmm,
cow's hooves different? Because here the horse is not mentioned.
hmm, right. See, the number of hoofs is equal to the number of legs, Prabhu, technically.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, this is maybe different because it is said here that cows have a cloven hooves, which means each hoof is split into two toes. So I think this means the animals who has these two-toed hooves. Because in total cows have four hooves.
Hmm.
No, in total cows have eight hooves.
Hmm. Hmm.
A, a cow has 4 feet and each foot has two hooves because he has two hoof toes. So in total he has eight hooves. So I think because horse has only one hoof per leg. So I think this means they are different from because the all these animals they have like two hooves.
No, even if we consider your point is totally valid, but here it is mentioned as cow has got only two hoofs.
Yes, Prabhu. That means he has two hooves per toes.
Okay.
I'll ask
Oh,
about
two
horse.
per two, maybe. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it is like that. Because horse is a single hoofed animal, so horse has only four. So all these animals they have like two hooves, so eight hooves they have.
Yeah, in total. Okay, two hoofs
Yes,
per
Prabhu.
leg per foot. So
Yes, Prabhu.
in total it will be eight hoofs. Okay,
Yes,
maybe.
Prabhu.
Maybe right.
Yes, so
I don't have any knowledge about it.
I think this is why the horse can run better, because he don't have these. He has only one hoof, so
Hmm,
it's
hmm.
different. Fine.
Okay.
I never knew this. Now I only
I
realized that
I
they have
didn't I
different
didn't
kind of
know
hoof.
I didn't know it either.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, here it is said about horse something. Let's see.
Right.
It's
Text
different.
text 23. Karosvo अश्वतरो गौरः शारभस
Oh.
शरभस चमरी तथा एते चैक सप्ताह क्षत्थः शृणु पञ्च नखा नखान् पशून् synonyms करस करः एस अश्वः हॉर्स अश्वतरः म्यूल गौरः white deer शरभः bison chamari wild cow तथा thus एते all these cha and eka only one सप्ताह hoof क्षत्तः o vidra shruno just hear now pancha five nakhan nails pashun animals. Translation: the horse, mule as gaura, sharabha bison and wild cow all have only one hoof, that means per foot. Hmm.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah,
Hmm.
in the next verse it was told. And
Okay.
this is interesting that wild cow is different from the cow. Their hooves are different.
Hmm.
Fr- From that you can. But what kind is? Yeah, now I want to find out more. What is the wild cow and what is normal cow, and is there like how to find these wild cows?
Hmm.
Is the Indian cow a wild cow or is it a regular cow? And is the Western cow?
No, Indian cows are all domestic animals. They are not wild animals. They are domestic animals, bro. Cow is, see, basically cow is a domestic animal. Okay. This wild cow may be a different kind of species. I'm not quite sure about it, though.
Hmm. Yes, Prabhu, this is really confusing. Look, look at this. A wild cow refers to.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
the one on the right looks like it has just one toe. The one in the photo where you can't see very clearly though.
hmm. Okay, bison. Okay, it is called bison. Yak. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu, interesting.
Hmm.
So when we see a cow, if we see a wild cow, we can see if he's a wild cow from his toe.
Hmm.
Now comes the 5 nail.
Right. Text 24. Swashtragalo vriko vagro marjaraha shasha shallakau simhaha kapir gajaha kurmo gadhacha makaradayah. Synonyms: swa, dog; shigalaha, jackal; vrikaha, fox; vyagraha, tiger; marjaraha, cat; shasha, rabbit; shallakau, sajaru, with thorns on the body; simhaha, lion; kapihi, monkey; gajaha, elephant; kurmaha, tortoise; godha, goshapa, snake with 4 legs. Okay, this is another type which is not known to us. Snake with 4 legs. Okay. Cha, also makara adayaha, the alligator and others.
Maybe it's a lizard, Prabhu.
Maybe lizard or chameleon.
Oh, it's not. Yes, Prabhu. Let's see. It's not mentioned here.
Translation: the dog, jackal, tiger, fox, cat, rabbit, sajaru, lion, monkey, elephant, tortoise, alligator, etc. all have 5 nails in their claws. They are known as Nakha, or animals having five
Oh,
nails.
yeah, what it is actually. What is it? Go? Is it Goda Koshapa? Goda Koshapa. What is this? Can I find it?
No, Goda's English meaning is Goshapa.
Oh,
Is
is
it a
it?
single word? Go up to the Sanskrit verse. Yeah, Goda. Okay, the English equivalent is mentioned as Goshapa, snake with 4 legs.
Oh, yeah, it's a lizard. It's a lizard. We found it out. It's a big lizard.
Okay, something is called dragon lizard or something.
Yes, Prabhu.
They are found in Australia, I think. What is it? 1 second. What is it?
And this was the Sajaru. Is a porcupine.
Okay, porcupine. Fine.
Yes, Prabhu, like this.
Yes,
Indian
yes,
crested
yes,
porcupine.
yes, yes. I know. What? Yeah, Komodo dragon is a dragon lizard. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu, they are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like dinosaurs.
They are poisonous as well.
Yes, Prabhu, and they're really strong.
Right.
They run fast.
Yes. Okay, text 25. Kanka, Gridra, Baka, Snena. No. Kanka, Gridra, Baka, Siena, Bhasha, Bhalluka, Barhinaha, Hamsa, Sarasa, Chakrahva, Kakolukadayaha, Khagaha. Synonyms: Kanka, what is it? Heron; Gridra, vulture; Baka, crane, snake, Siena, hawk, Bhasha, the Bhasha, Balluka, the Balluka. Oh, Balluka is a word as well in English. Balluka. Let us see. Okay. Barhinaha, the peacock, Hamsa, swan, Sarasa, the Sarasa, even Sarasa is a word as well. Chakrahavaha, the Chakravaka, Kaka, crow, Uluka, owl, Adayaha, and others, Kagaha, the birds. Translation: the heron, vulture, crane, hawk, bhasa, bhalluka, peacock, swan, sarasa, chakravaka, crow, owl, and others are the birds. Text 26. Arvak Shrotastu Navamaha Kshattar Eka Vidho Nrinam Rajodhikaha Karma Para Dukkhescha Sukha Maninaha. Synonyms: Arvak, downwards, Srotaha, passage of food, Tu, but, Navamaha, the ninth, Shattaha, O Vidra, Eka Vidaha, one species, Nrinam, of human being. Come down, bro. Is it human being? Yeah, human beings, of human beings. Rajaha, the mode of passion. Adhikaha, very prominent. Karma, paraha, interested in working. Dukkhe, in misery. Cha, but. Sukha, happiness. Maninaha, thinking. Translation: the creation of the human beings who are of one species only and who stock their eatables in the belly is the ninth in the rotation. In the human race, the mode of passion is very prominent. Humans are always busy in the midst of miserable life, and but they think themselves happy in all respects. Purport: the human being is more passionate than the animals, and thus the sex life of the human being is more irregular. The animals have their due time for sex intercourse, but the human being has no regular time for such activities. Maybe come down, bro. For such activities, the human being is endowed with a higher advanced stage of consciousness for getting relief from the existence of material miseries. But due to this ignorance, he thinks that his higher consciousness is meant for advancing in the material comforts of life. Thus, his intelligence is misused in the animal propensities, eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, instead of spiritual realization. By advancing in material comforts, the human being puts himself into a more miserable condition. But illusioned by the material energy, he always thinks himself happy even while in the midst of misery. Such misery of human life is distinct from the natural, comfortable life enjoyed even by the animals.
Haribol. What is this? 3, 9, 3, 10, 26. 3, 10, 26.
Now come down, Prabhu. 1 second. Purport. Come to the last point of the purport. What does it mean? Such misery of human life is distinct from the natural, comfortable life enjoyed even by the animals. So, which is superior here? Is an animal happier than human being? What does it mean? Such misery of human life is distinct from the natural, comfortable life enjoyed even by the animals. Distinct is different. The word means different.
Yes, Prabhu. Maybe it means that humans experience at least some misery.
This
So
is
it
totally a new point for me because I don't think animals have any kind of convenience to enjoy their life,
but
their
they're
lives.
happy. See, the animal, they're happy in any situation. But see, this here, they say this distinct.
Hmm.
See, the misery, because both have misery, but the human life's misery is distinct from the
Distinct,
naturally
right?
comfortable life of the animals. Because,
Hmm.
like some animal who's living outside, he's not feeling it as, discomfortable as a human would feel
Hmm.
it to
Hmm.
be.
Hmm.
They have some natural comfort in their natural living. Like they have a thick fur and everything. They are outside. They can feel warm.
Hmm.
They're comfortable in that way. Human food, humans' misery is a little bit distinct, different.
Maybe, yeah.
Something like that. But maybe did someone understand it better? Can someone explain it better? Yeah, because the humans they kind of, but yeah, the animals are also so. Hmm.
Yes. Listen, I don't think animal life is the better life than the human beings.
Yes, bro. But I was thinking which one feels more misery. The Because the animal life is horrible.
Yes.
Human life is also horrible.
But better than animals.
Yes, Prabhu.
Srila Prabhupada gave the example of a donkey, right? At times that he feels happy that
Hmm.
he get some.
Yes,
Exactly.
Prabhu.
Exactly.
But the
Hmm.
whole day he has to carry something on his back.
Hmm. Yeah, it was said that human mode of the race is in the mode of passion, that e- even inside the miserable life, the human is really active and he thinks he's really happy. The animals are not maybe so active for to increase their happiness.
The reason is, see, animal life is always in the mode of ignorance.
Yes, Prabhu.
Humans
But
are in the mode of passion, at least much better than the animal life.
yes, Prabhu. But the animal is not trying to, even though he's suffering, usually they take what they need and they try to survive. But human, he tries to increase his enjoyment. Even if he has everything he has, he still
Hmm.
tries to increase the enjoyment. So I think that also means one thing, that he's always busy in the midst of miserable life. Because the animal, if he gets everything, he stops being busy. When you take a dog out of the street, you make him a home dog. He won't be busy dog. He will be sleeping his days. He will be eating, sleeping, not busy anymore. You bring human, you give him money and everything. Usually he will be busy doing nonsense. He will be most busy the more money you give him. He will travel here, there, buy more food, this, that, everything. I think that's something also,
Hmm.
that humans are really busy in the midst of the miserable life. The
Hmm.
animals are maybe just suffering their miserable life. They are not too busy to
Hmm.
counter, to like increase their happiness in the midst of the misery.
Hmm.
And yeah, then the humans think they're happy also in that increasement of the so-called happiness, even though the misery is just increasing usually.
Mhm.
Yeah, by advancing in material comforts, the human being puts himself into a more miserable condition. Usually, animals don't do this advancing in material comforts.
Yes, Prabhu. They do whatever nature directs them to do. We
Yes,
make
Prabhu.
choices and we decide to do this. You're absolutely right.
Prabhu, Swami Prabhu, in fact, see that these qualities like advancement or competition arise only from the mode of passion. Okay,
Hmm.
these
Yeah.
these qualities do not arise in the mode of ignorance at all. Okay, there is no question of having these qualities in that ignorance. Okay,
Yes, Prabhu.
so passion always creates these kind of competitive nature in the living entities. Okay, so human beings have three kinds, three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. But as far as the animals are concerned, there is no question of having goodness and passion at all.
Yes, Prabhu.
These two qualities are completely absent in the animal form of life. Ignorance is the one that exists in it. That's the reason why humans always think of getting more advanced or competitive.
Yes, Prabhu. This was interesting point also, the first sentence, that the human being is more passionate than the animals and thus their sex life of the human being is more irregular. Because if you would ask anyone, they would say, no, the animal's sex life is more irregular. But this is what Shastra says. Because they would say that the dog will have sex anywhere and anytime, but the human being will at least wait its night or something like this. They would argue maybe like this.
Hmm. Hmm. Anyways.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, really interesting verse.
Hmm. And go back to 26. Okay, the word Baluka means bear, Prabhu. Baluka in Sanskrit is bear in English.
Oh, where it is.
Yeah, Baluka is bear.
But how
Barhini.
it can be a bird,
Ah,
Prabhu?
ah, ah. That's it. Can you check in the Veda base directly online? Baluka is bear. I'm quite sure about it. It's not bird.
Oh, you already said it's the animal of an animal bear.
Yes.
But why it says bird, Prabhu? Why would tell me why would bear be in midst of
Hmm.
birds? Is it
Hmm.
also like a flying bear bird? Or like what?
Birds, yeah, I think it's probably a type of bird because it clearly says other birds.
Oh, hmm.
Can you check if there is any
Yes, Prabhu,
bird
they
with
might
this
be
name?
out from this. They might be out from this planet because there is many flowers like that that
Hmm.
are in described by name, but we don't have a picture of the flower.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Also, Okay, now we need to go to 6 prayers because it's soon 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, I needed to put this in the happiness. But it is 3:10.
26. चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निनिर्वापणं श्रेयस्कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य संकीर्तनम् नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिस् तत्रार्पिता नियमितः स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन्ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशम् इहाजनि नानुरागः तृणादपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरिः न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि ऐनन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पाजपङ्कज स्थितधूळि सदृशं विचिन्तय नयनं गलदश्रुधारय वदनं गद्गद हृदया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपुः कदा तव नामग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमीषेण चक्षुषा प्राविश्यायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां विनष्टु माम् अदर्शनं मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः
Ribol, glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal savior. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms of your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hair of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? Oh Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Sri Sikshashtami ki jai, Chaitanya
Jai,
Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai. Bahujana Makaraya Dishavana Kirtan Tabutana Paya Krishna Pade Premadan. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many birds, he will not get the love of God. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. The 10 offenses against the holy name are as follows. The first offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second emphasis is to consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu.
Third offense to disobey the order of the spiritual master or consider him as an ordinary person.
Fourth offense is to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version.
Fifth offense to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination.
Sixth offense is to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord.
Eighth offense is to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities karma kanda.
Ninth offense to instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
Tenth offense is not to have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Let us offer our respectful obeisances onto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone just like desire trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
ओम
नंदगोदय
गौतमति
वैष्णव
वैष्णव
की
की
जय
जय
Ciao.
तेरा प्रभुपाद की जय
जय
निताय गौर ब्रह्मानंदे हरि हरि बोल
Very
Hare
good.
Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for your association. All